Well, hello everyone. How are you? And welcome to our new, very exciting series called Money As. So, for me, many of you probably heard the story and could be one of the very reasons why you're here. But what happened to me recently, a couple of weeks ago, really kind of turned my attention and my awareness to what my relationship with money was actually really truly like, right? Relationship to money. That is the goal of the next 3 weeks in this workshop series, is to look at your relationship with money and to look at how you show up in relationship with other individuals in your life as well, and how you're making money oftentimes a stand-in for some of those other relationships. Okay? If I'm not making sense yet, I completely understand. Please understand that this whole journey that we are doing is, I'm going to say, channeled. Okay. What I'm offering to you is really what I need myself, what I require myself. I want to look at money in a different way. And I'm very clear that once we all start to begin to shift our relationships with money, we could actually have more of it. Think of it this way. Just close your eyes for a second, right? Think of money as a child, even though that's not the topic of our conversation today, but think of money as a child. And think of money, think of that child as coming towards you. Let's for all intents and purposes, let's make it not your child. Like, this is not your child, but just imagine this energy, this child comes towards you, and it comes towards you with its arms wide open, and it wants to hug you, and it wants you to pick it up, and it wants to receive love from you, and it wants to give love to you. What is your first thought? Is your first thought, oh no, I can't? That's so-and-so's kid, or that's somebody else's kid, or oh my God, whose kid is that? Or oh my God, that parent of that child is so irresponsible. I can't do that. I can't touch that kid. And then the kid comes up to you and then you push it away. Do you push it away? Do you lean down to it? Do you hold its hand but don't quite fully engage with it? Do you ask the kid, where's your mommy? How do you respond in that moment? Just take a minute and self-reflect on that. What would you do in that moment? What is the awareness that you have about your reaction in that moment? Remember, there's also no right or wrong about this particular moment. It's just a reflection. And so now what I want you to imagine is, I want you to imagine that that child runs to you, and you bend down and you meet this child, and you pick this child up and you hold this child, and you say to this child, how can I help you find your mommy? Or how can I help you? Where are you coming from? And this child just wants to hug you. It just wants to hug you, and you just stay present with that until suddenly maybe its parent comes along and says, oh, thank you so much for welcoming my kid, taking care of my kid. Now imagine that that was money. If you would have said, no, I can't take you. I can't take this. I can't receive this right now. You got to go back to where you came from. You've got to go back to your mommy. You got to go back to your origins. How do you think money would respond to you? Would money want to continue to keep chasing after you? Would you be a magnet for receiving money in your life, or would you be a rejection to it? So I'd like to offer that anywhere that you're rejecting money in any way, shape, and form, let's just destroy and uncreate it. When I invite you to destroy and uncreate something, what we're looking at is we're looking at the belief or the point of view about what that is or what that means. And when we do it, all we do is we take the energy, we move it around, and then we release it and let it go so that it's not stuck being something that doesn't work for you. And so now we have the opportunity to look at money in a welcoming, beautiful, supportive way. So I'll tell you what happened to me. A couple of weeks ago, I was engaged in a really, really beautiful moment with my partner. And my partner happens to be like my best friend in the whole world. And we had these beautiful moments between us that are so raw and that are so real. And it was one of these moments where I just was so incredibly satisfied. And I felt like I really had everything that I wanted or that I required. Right. Then all of a sudden, I received a ding on my phone, like an alert. Now, what's unusual about this is that for me, my phone is always on silent. So when I receive those dings, usually those dings are something that I see later. I don't hear them. But in this particular moment, for some reason, I had not actually turned my phone off. The ringer was on, and so I could hear that ding. So I looked over at my phone. Big mistake. Nonetheless, I did. I looked over at my phone, and it was an alert from Bank of America. And it said something about a bill had been overdue. And I immediately panicked. Overdue? Oh my goodness. How could that be? How silly am I? How stupid am I? All the negative thoughts started to run. How stupid, how silly, how ridiculous. I can't believe I did that. That was absolutely the most asinine thing ever. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh, I hope there's enough money in that account. And then, of course, in order to make sure that I didn't get any more fines, I paid the bill. I tried to return to that place of connection with my partner. I tried to, but it wasn't the same, right? Because I had disconnected from that moment with fear, with doubt, with lack, with uncertainty. And from that space, I actually took a pause and said, I don't want this to happen anymore in my life. What if I responded to that way like I would my lover, to the way that I would with Guillermo? I started to think about that and how much more welcoming and attractive money would be in my life if I started to treat it like I do my lover and my best friend. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine your most beloved. And if at this particular moment you don't have that person in your life, what I'd like for you to imagine is I'd like for you to imagine the person who you would like that to be. Whatever you imagine your most beloved being, who's your divine soulmate that you can imagine. And now imagine that money also has all of those attributes. Speak out those attributes. What are the attributes that you look for, that you value, and that you appreciate in a soulmate? So I appreciate connection. I appreciate loyalty. I appreciate compassion and mercy. I can appreciate communication. I appreciate understanding. I appreciate the willingness to work through problems with ease. Now I want you to apply all of that to money. I love and I appreciate money. Money loves and appreciates me. I have compassion with money. Money has compassion with me. Please, as I'm saying these, please say them after for yourself. Money is understanding of me. I am understanding of money. I am loyal to money. Money is loyal to me. That is a good one, huh? Money is loyal to me. What if money never abandoned you? What if money was never lost, never taken away from you, or never depleted? So anything that doesn't allow that, let's just destroy and uncreate it. And what if money actually was loyal to you? What if money showed up for you in ways that you could never imagine? What if money all of a sudden one day showed up for you? Ooh, sorry. What if money all of a sudden one day showed up for you with a bouquet of bright, yellow, beautiful roses? Oh, 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 sorry. Not good. That is almost exactly the similar thing. That is almost exactly the same thing that happened when I was with Guillermo. That's how I reacted. The way that I just reacted in that moment is exactly how I reacted when Guillermo had texted me. For some reason, the emergency went off on this thing. So sorry about that. But that is a great example of how that energy just kind of brought me out of where I was in this beautiful space of receiving, right? So how often do you allow money to rob you? Okay. Now I want you to think about your ex, your most loathed ex, the person who lied to you, cheated on you, the person that didn't show up for you. What did you do? How do you feel about that? How do you react to that person? You probably shoved the door in their face if they showed up for you, right? You probably berate them and say, look what you did to me. Get away from me. I can't stand you. You lied to me. You betrayed me. Now I want you to imagine that you're looking at money. And I want you to say that to money. You lied to me. You betrayed me. You cheated on me. How dare you? Get out of my life. Whoa. Everything that brings up. Can we please destroy and uncreate that? But that's what we're doing, you guys. We are rejecting money in the same way. So what would you favor today? Would you favor treating money or inviting money into your life as your loyal lover? Or are you going to continue to treat money as your betrayed ex? It's your choice. So here, I want to offer some tools for us just for today. Okay. One of the greatest things that I have ever discovered is the power of asking questions. Questions create more in the universe. They just do. Answers create a limitation. So when you ask a question, or when we ask a question in this environment, I'll say, I want you to refrain from the point of view that you have to run and find an answer. Instead, I just want you to sit with the question. As a matter of fact, I'd like for you to actually begin to ask the question of the universe, and maybe even to ask the question to money. Okay, so let's close our eyes again. And first of all, I want you to see money standing in front of you. And for today, I want you to ask that money, what would it take for me to love you, to receive you, to be excited about having you in my life as I am my soulmate? What would it take today for me to acknowledge that it's just a simple yes on my part? A yes that will allow me to allow you, dear money, to place a ring on my finger so that I can receive and have love and loyalty. Money, what if I never approached you ever again with abuse, What if I never again attached fear or doubt or worry or anxiety to you? What if I never again looked at you as a jealous ex lover? What if I never again made you the source of my lack, the source of my betrayal, the source of jealousy in my life? What if? And now sit with that question. What if? Or now ask the universe, what if I let go of all of these preconceived notions, these attachments to the relationships, to money that I've created in my life? What if I just let that go? What if today was the day that I received and have more money than I could ever imagine, with love, with kindness, and with nurturing? Feel that energy, feel it come to you. When you ask the question, guess what happens? The universe actually answers it for you. There is nothing that you have to do. So for today, let's also create a mantra, shall we? Let's create a mantra. Let's allow the mantra to be: money chases after me. Money loves me. Money loves me like I love my beloved. And money wants me to choose it. Money chases after me. Money loves me. Money wants to be as loyal to me as I am to my beloved. Money chases after me. Money loves me. Money loves me. Money wants to be as loyal to me as I am to my lover. Feel that energy in your body. Feel it become one with every atom and molecule of existence. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for your flexibility on how I am co-creating this experience now on YouTube instead of Zoom. It really allows us the opportunity to access a bigger audience so that they can all use their subtitles to translate what we're talking about here. And so with that shift, I thank you for your flexibility. And I also would like to invite you to imagine the world abundant, prosperous, filled with everything that it could ever desire and more. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Actually, it won't be the same time. Tomorrow will be our regular scheduled time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central European Time. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.